Van Drew. Congressman, it wasn't a hard question, and you asked it probably 24 times. Why do you think he had such a hard time saying, no, this was wrong, and Catholics are not extremists, and we shouldn't be surveilling them?
He had a hard time because it was difficult for him to just say the truth, or maybe he did think they were extremists. Here's the deal. He's the Attorney General. He's in charge of his Attorney General's office, the FBI, and the Department of Justice. And under this Department of Justice and this FBI, they have committed what I believe are just outrageous acts. This is just one of them. Imagine, though, I want people that are watching and listening to really understand. They were going to put undercover agents into various Roman Catholic churches. I personally believe probably other churches like evangelicals and God only knows, maybe some synagogues. We don't know because we can't get all the information. But first they said it wasn't true. But then, of course, we found the facts. Then they apologized. But under oath, the director of the FBI told me that it was only one office, the Virginia field office, nowhere else. Well, guess what? We got unredacted versions of emails among each other about this subject in the Department of Justice. They were doing it in multiple offices across the country. This is so wrong. We have something called in America freedom of religion. It disgusts me that this happened. He felt uncomfortable because he knows it was under his charge that all of this happened.
Louisiana Congressman Mike Johnson also pressed the Attorney General on his involvement in Special Counsel David Weiss's investigation into Hunter Biden. Garland appeared to tiptoe around a direct answer there. Watch this.
Have you had personal contact with anyone at FBI headquarters about the Hunter Biden investigation?
I don't recollect the answer to that question. I would not interfere with Mr. Weiss.
So you have not, I'm just under oath today, your testimony is you have not had any discussions with Mr. Weiss about this matter?
Under oath, my testimony today is that I promised the Senate I would not intrude in his investigation.
Another IRS agent, Congressman, has apparently come forward accusing DOJ of interfering in Weiss's ability to prosecute Biden. Look, I realize that Congress has an oversight responsibility, but there never really is a Perry Mason moment here. Nobody ever seems to get in trouble for stonewalling you guys or even lying to Congress. You think these hearings are becoming a bit of a waste of time when, you know, in terms of how the American people view them? Because, again, there's no accountability.
Understand something. If we didn't have the Republican majority in the House of Representatives, you would know none of this. All of it would have been hidden, and we wouldn't be running the show. We wouldn't be able to say, hey, you know, what's going on here? It's important to find out the facts. It's not only important because the American people should know how corrupt this all was and how the fix is in. Let's just talk about David Weiss, the special counsel. David Weiss was the guy who helped set up the special plea deal for Hunter Biden. He absolutely should not have been chosen to be the special counsel, but he was. And you know why, and I know why. The fix is in. No, we do have to bring these facts out, but you're right. We need accountability. That's what people say to me all the time. That's why we're having an impeachment inquiry, because all of this stuff can be tracked back to the White House, to Joe Biden himself, where people right around him. We need to look into this. I know it's very laborious at times, but it's very important. We need to know the truth.
I just cannot imagine that you have no recollection of ever talking about the case involving the President of the United States' son. It just doesn't seem credible. I want to shift gears with you here, Congressman. Significant infighting in the GOP caucus over this looming government shutdown. I don't like calling it a government shutdown. It's not really a government shutdown, but the spending impasse. House Speaker Kevin McCarthy seems to be pivoting from his proposed stopgap spending bill and appears to be relenting to sort of individual appropriations bill proposals floated in part by Congressman Matt Gaetz and the Freedom Caucus. Congressman, I think a lot of people are saying, who's calling the shots at this point? Is it the Speaker or is it Matt Gaetz and the Freedom Caucus?
Look, the Speaker is the Speaker, and he is in charge. However, the Freedom Caucus has a good number of people in that caucus, and we have a very thin majority. So what they say, quite frankly, has impact, and it matters. What we need to do here is what is so important. There's 2 points to this. One, I don't want to see a partial shutdown. But two, We have to make sure that we have clean bills that don't do just the same old thing. We just can't keep spending more and more money. We can't include bad things in plain English along with the good things that are normally in a bill. I'll give you an example. Speaker just came out today, because I'm staying in Washington. I'm not going anywhere until we get this squared away. The Speaker just came out today, and he said, which I had asked him to do, that we separate the Ukraine money into a standalone bill. Let it live or die on its own. But we shouldn't include it in with the Defense Authorization Act. And
Congressman, unfortunately, I'm out of time. I'm up against a break, and but we do appreciate you being with us, and we're going to obviously be following those negotiations as they continue on the Hill. New Jersey Congressman Jeff Van Drew, thank you so much.
Thank you. I always enjoy it.
All right, I want to bring back my special guest for the